Men themselves have wondered what they see in me. They try so much, but they can't touch my inner mystery. When I try to show them, they say they still can't see. I say, it's in the arch of my back, the sun of my smile, the ride of my breasts, the grace of my style. I'm a woman, phenomenally.
Hey y'all, and welcome to another episode of Like Water for Chocolate. It's your girl Truth. I got Lex Love here with me, of course.
Hey guys.
And today we're gonna comment down from our last few episodes. I hope you guys enjoyed them. We had a lot of fun, especially with Los and Kev on our last show. It was great times. Tonight we're gonna get a little bit deeper on a serious note and talk to you guys about mental illness. Just kind of touch on our own personal stories, and then just kind of maybe give a little tips, little insight, and then share little stories that were shared with us on our little group Facebook page as well. But of course, I want to know how Lex's day was, because I never get to see my friend anymore.
I know. My day was okay. My week has been flying, actually. I think I might have mentioned in the last episode that I work at a doctor's office, but yeah, when you're up and you're face-to-face with patients, it makes the time go faster instead of being stationary at a desk, which can get like really monotonous and boring. So yeah, my week's been flying, so that's a good thing, and I'm happy it's Friday tomorrow. How was your day, your week?
Long. I don't have enough hours in my day. My daughter joined the basketball team at our school, and they won tonight. Congrats, Lady T-Hawks. And then my husband coaches the guys, so it's the days are long. It's practice and games and then work, and then I do the travel agent stuff now, as well as my regular 9 to 5. So I really lately have not been able to find my groove yet.
Yeah.
So I've just kind of been all over the place and still trying to get in gym time. It's been
running. Yeah. You'll get there though.
And I miss caffeine. Oh, I miss caffeine. I want a really big ass energy drink. I was just telling Lex, like, the biggest I could find.
Right.
I would gulp it right now. Like, yes. I really need it.
Yeah. I hear you on that one for sure.
And I can't have it because it is one of the triggers of my anxiety.
Uh-huh.
I myself do suffer from anxiety, and Lex does too occasionally, which is why we wanted to talk to you guys about this.
Right. It's a major thing. It's something that I just started to experience as of like mid last year, I would say. And honestly, I didn't know what it is, and I think that's the problem with a lot of people, is that they don't recognize it. I work in the medical field, not saying that that's the only reason or only way to get the information, but I've seen a lot of the symptoms. So once I actually started dissecting it, I kind of realized, I need to reevaluate and see what was actually going on, because there's always something underneath that is the reason why it's coming up. So my symptoms were heart palpitations. I couldn't sleep. My mind was racing. My chest would hurt, and I don't know, it really does feel like a panic type of moment.
Like you truly feel like doom, like the best way to explain, like you feel like you're gonna die.
Yeah.
Every time you have it, like you don't feel like there's no getting out of it.
Yeah.
And it's truly difficult to deal with.
Right. And especially because nothing can help you at that moment. So you really feel just, I don't know what the word is, but yeah, like you said, like you're gonna die. Like that's it. Nothing's gonna help it.
And the crazy part is you know what's happening,
right?
But you still can't control your thoughts to bring you back to focus on the fact that it's just an anxiety attack. I'm gonna be okay.
Right. I think that's the worst part of it, is knowing that it's happening, but there's nothing you can really do about it other than just wait it out. So, what are some symptoms you were having?
Same as you. Everything the same as you.
Yeah.
The insomnia gets real.
Yes.
Some nights I'll stay up all night, and sometimes it's the fear of going to sleep, because sometimes I'll fall asleep and then I'll jolt up out of my sleep with my heart just racing, beating out of my chest, and I'm not the type to where I just want to take the meds that they give for it, because it makes you like a zombie.
Right.
So I had to just start researching on my own on what are some things that would, help with that. And it's been helping a lot, because at the beginning of last year, my anxiety was the highest it's ever been my entire life. And I didn't know these things. I didn't know, what could help or what could be some reasons why I'm getting this. And so that's why I wanted to do this, so we can, just kind of put it out there. Like, there may be somebody dealing with anxiety and doesn't even know it.
Right.
They're just, thinking that they maybe have some health issues, or they really are about to have a heart attack, and they are not sleeping at night, and, fast heart rate, and they don't know how to deal with it or what to do with it. And not just anxiety. There's, a lot of people dealing with depression.
Depression, yeah.
And on our group, we had some ex-military dealing with the PTSD.
Uh-huh.
And then I know a couple people in my personal walk of life who are bipolar.
Yeah.
And everyone that I've communicated with in regards to this, just being honest, they're African American.
Yeah.
They're blacks.
Right.
And yeah, it's a struggle, and it's more common than you guys know. People are just not aware of it or don't want to talk about it. And
they go, speaking of Black people in general, they go the most untreated, just because there's not enough awareness around it. And because a lot of, especially Black women, because they're so prideful and they have so much going on in their life, they're juggling this, that, and the other. They don't want to stop and think that, something's wrong, or they can't handle it, or they need to see a psychiatrist, or whatever the case may be. They think it's just gonna show a weakness, basically.
And I'm not going to say we are
right.
the highest percentage of dealing with anxiety. We have it. And I saw in The Guardian that they pretty much stated the reason why Black women have that high percentage, or they believe why, is because we deal with the most. I'm not taking away from anything any other race or gender deals with, but you got to really look at the Black woman. And a lot of our situation, a lot come from a broken home. Yep. Then they are taught to be strong. Like Lex was saying, can't really show the weakness, because they are taught to be that strong Black woman. Don't depend on anybody for anything. A lot of us are left to be single mothers, which leaves another burden. And you have to carry, let's say you are a mother of 3, and all 3 of your kids play a different sport. Yeah. You have to get them all what they need, take them all to where they need to go, along with working, making sure you're feeding them, making sure that you're keeping a roof over their head, juggling bills, doing all these different things. And people are wondering why you are snapping and having, a bad attitude or whatever the case may be. Just so you guys know, those are signs of anxiety. I never understood why I snapped so much and why I got angry so much. Yeah. It's all part of anxiety. It truly is. It comes with it. And now I'm not making an excuse. I'm not saying it's okay, but we deal with a lot. We deal with a whole lot. And it goes back to just our history and where we came from and all the stuff we had to endure. And that just got passed on from generation to generation. And I feel that if we were more aware and we knew to take better care of ourselves and stop and take the time and just breathe, it would be easier for us to deal with it, or we wouldn't have it at all.
Right. And a lot of them don't take the time. They don't know what me time is, or they feel selfish and they just want to make it all about the family. The matriarch that they talk about with women, I think it's something that needs to, I think they need to slow down. I know that's hard.
I'm guilty.
Yeah. And take a moment, even if it's, for an hour out of your day. I hear a lot of people say there's not enough hours in the day. Yes, I think you're guilty of that. You're guilty of that for sure. And it's true. And whatever that is, everybody has their things, whether it's journaling or going to the gym. Some people really enjoy cooking. I don't get it, but some people enjoy cooking, art, whatever it is. You need to take that time and make it happen.
Yes, and I can honestly say that Going to the gym is helping me tremendously. When I stopped going for like a month and a half, my anxiety came back full blast.
I saw a lot of guys saying that on our on our Facebook.
That's their way to deal with it.
Yeah, getting it out.
And it helps. And it's hard, especially when you're dealing with a lot and your day is almost over. Like, even after the show tonight, I'm still going to take my little butt to 24-hour fitness and at least do my 3 miles, because after I leave, I feel so much better, and I've been sleeping so much better at night.
Yeah, that helps with sleep for sure. I was just saying today, because I woke up with my back hurting again, and that's another one of my triggers that just ruins my day, is when my back pain kicks in. And I was saying how I am not moving as much as I used to move. So I definitely need to start stretching and walking and, getting some fitness in there. So that's going to be one of the things I work on.
Even a basic walk.
Right.
If you take a walk, and yeah, you'll have to walk a little further so you can get what, but I'm just saying, you put your headphones in and just go. Just do it. Like, the first walk is the hardest. The first step is the hardest. Like, me getting back to the gym that first night, I felt defeated. When I left, I'm like, oh my goodness, how am I going to do this? But I did it, and I felt so good after I did it.
Yeah, when you start off, you don't have to go hard. Like, don't think, you're doing the same as Susie on the next treadmill. Like, you can literally, start off 15 minutes on your first day. Just go for a walk. If you just want to stretch out on a mat, do that. Start off slow if that's what you can do. It's a step in the right direction.
Definitely. And I saw that a lot of our black men, well, at least in our group, they deal with a mental illness as well. And a lot of people rule out anxiety as a mental illness. And I just want to let you guys know that doctors do see it as a mental illness, because it is a mental state of mind. Yeah. It puts you into a state of panic, which also brings on depression. It can bring on health issues. It can, like the back pain. It also can trick your body into believing that things are wrong that aren't really wrong. And then that's what causes strokes and different things like that. And as I was talking with my doctor a while ago, when I first started the whole anxiety, really digging and figuring out what's going on, a lot of it has to do with vitamin deficiency, especially in women. Magnesium is so important to women. Ladies, hear me. I'm not saying go out and buy some. Get your vitamin levels checked first. Do your blood work with your doctor. Right. And they will let you know what's low.
Yeah, because if you're in a normal limit, there's no reason why you need to take B12 and things like that daily. If you have enough of those vitamins in your system, you don't need to take supplements.
Yeah, because too much is no good as well. But if you're somebody who's constantly go, your diet's not as great as it should be, you're lacking in the vitamin department, just ask your doc, hey, can I do some blood work testing my vitamin levels? Yep. And that's what I did. And my vitamin D level was so low, it was almost non-existent.
That's a major one.
And it's important. Magnesium, iron, and B vitamins, they play a major factor with anxiety.
Absolutely.
And bipolar and PTSD and all of this. It truly affects the mental state. We don't understand how important it is to take care of ourselves. And I am so guilty. Lex gets on me all the time and says, you just need to take a moment and just have some you time. And I'll lie and tell her, yeah, I'm going to do that this week. And it won't happen. But I have been on my vitamins. I'm like, at least I'm doing one thing. Yeah. And I'm getting my butt back in the gym. Right. One day I will learn how to just really just sit.
Just listen to your body. That's what I will say. If you need to sleep, because fatigue is one of the big symptoms. If you feel like that, there's something that's definitely off, and you should definitely see a doctor and get your lab work. I don't know. I think you're supposed to get your lab work at least once a year, if not every 6 months. But once a year will do to do a complete panel. You need to make sure that, your blood cells are at the right count. Like she said, vitamins are at a good level, magnesium, check your cholesterol.
And they'll do the blood pressure check and all of that. Sometimes people will be living with high blood pressure and they're wondering why they are tired all the time and getting the headaches and can't really concentrate. Yeah. High blood pressure in the Black community is so common. Like, there are so many people that are wondering why they can't even concentrate. That's another factor. And then with that, will bring on depression.
Right.
And then you'll be moody. And you'll not even understand what's going on because you're not getting these checks. And I think that's another reason why mental illness is big in the Black community, because we don't go to the doctor as much as we should.
Right. And if you can't make it into the doctor and you're at Walmart and you see those little like blood pressure machines, stop and take it right there. Mm-hmm. It's as easy as that. The normal level is 119/79. That's what the warrior's supposed to be at as far as your range goes.
And mine is always good. Thank you, Lord. That's one thing I can say. When I go to the doctor, the nurse is always like, your blood pressure looks good.
Mine is good too. And the one time I went to the ER for anxiety, when I was having those really bad heart palpitations, my blood pressure went all the way up to like 154.
That was me too. When I could have swore I was about to die from a heart attack.
Exactly. It's a rush.
Was at like 155, sitting still, not moving, exercise. I was just sitting on the bed, and they had me hooked up to that machine, and I literally was watching. And then the bad part is, as I'm looking, that's freaking me out more. So It's going up higher.
You were getting white coat syndrome.
The guy was like, I'm going to turn this monitor and not let you look at it anymore because I notice your heart rate's jumping as you're staring. Then, of course, they drugged me because that was the only way to calm me down at that moment. And I told myself, I can't live like that. I can't live off of this medication. I can't do this. I have kids, I have things to do, and that stuff, you become dependent on it, and then eventually the highest dose is not high enough for you anymore because you've been taking it for so long.
Right. You don't actually treat what's going on, I feel. This is just my opinion on taking medications. You're masking it. You know, you're putting a Band-Aid on a wound that's, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just doesn't make sense to do it that way. So people keep taking them and taking them. I know people who have been on depression pills for 10 plus years. And it's like, well, why isn't anything changing? You know, they're even to the point where they have to up the dose. And I'm just like, okay, you're not dealing with the underlying issue, or your doctors aren't dealing, you know what I mean? Because that's a moneymaker right there. Those drugs are expensive.
That's why the pharmaceutical industry is killer, like making all the money.
Absolutely.
Because doctors are not treating how they used to, like back in the day. I can honestly say I appreciate my doctor. AJ Marlon, I love you, appreciate you. He will tell me in a second, Whitney, I will only write a prescription if you ask me to.
Yep.
He said, I can tell you how to deal with it, what things to try to do to, you know, make this non-existent, or I can write your prescription. It's up to you. And so I told him, what can I do? And he really told me, change your eating.
Yeah.
I need you to take time and sleep.
Yeah.
And I need you to start working out.
Right.
Even if it's just for 30 minutes, I need you to start working out. And I'm taking that advice. And I mean, I was doing really good. And like I said, Thanksgiving, I think, threw me off.
I think that throws everybody off.
Once I ate Thanksgiving dinner, it just went downhill from there. My diet got horrible. And it's in what you eat, too. Oh, my God, it matters.
It's true.
I didn't realize how much it mattered. Like, high fatty foods. As I was just stating with Lex, caffeine.
Yeah.
Caffeine can trigger anxiety like never before. It will put it at an all-time high. And I'm not saying like a little. Like if you have like, with me, I limit myself to where 2 to 3 days out of the week, I'll have half a cup of coffee. And that's just because I like the taste and the smell of coffee. And so sometimes I want it. But I'll make sure that I do it midday.
Yeah.
Not right in the morning. I'll make sure I already have food and I've taken my vitamins and I'm good. And I'll do like half a cup and I won't even finish it sometimes. It's just having it next to me and being able to take a few sips, it works. But I've been really eliminating caffeine.
That's a
soda
hard
as
one.
well.
Ugh.
It's really hard. I couldn't even imagine asking you to give up coffee.
Oh my God, that would be hard. It's literally to the point I'm not even gonna sit here and pretend like I'm not dependent on coffee. It's literally turned into my drug, and that's really bad to say, but it's the truth. It's to the point where if I don't have it, I get headaches. So I'm going to see what I can do to bring down. Maybe I'll just start drinking decaf.
That's what I do now to trick my mind in the morning.
Right.
I will stop at 7-Eleven because they have the best coffee to me.
Oh my God,
and
yes.
I will get their decaf blend, and then I'll put like a splash of the regular hazelnut coffee in it, just a little bit. And then I'll get some of they don't have it anymore because the season's over, but their pumpkin spice cream.
Oh, yeah, it was so good.
But now I'll just do the little hazelnut, have my coffee, and in my mind, I'm tricking my mind to believe that I'm having this cup of coffee.
Right.
But it is the decaf, and it's been working thus far. I still get my caffeine headaches, which sucks because my body's not used to absolutely no caffeine.
Right.
I would at least drink my green tea, and I've even gotten rid of that. Now my green tea I buy is decaf. I do herbal teas. And, I'm a tea drinker anyway. So
I know.
That wasn't a big
I didn't realize
that
that green tea had so much caffeine.
It has a major amount. That's why
Louise.
People are weaning off of coffee, they first move into green tea, and then they'll try to go into the herbal teas.
That makes sense.
But working out will help get the energy to, like, help you last all day.
Right.
And it will. You guys, like, seriously, like, I'm not saying go hard, like, in the gym to become, like, a bodybuilder. And you don't even have to go to the gym. Do it at home. Especially if you guys, like, ladies, if you have stairs in your house, if you run up and down those stairs 5 times, that's equivalent to having a successful workout.
Yeah.
And you don't have to go fast. Do it at your pace when you first start. No stairs in your house, that's fine. Bust out some jumping jacks. Take it old school, back to PE. Do some jumping jacks,
Absolutely.
some toe touches, some arm raises. Just get your body moving.
YouTube has lots of videos. So many videos, from yoga to Pilates to quick 15-minute. Like, they have so many videos. Just pull YouTube up on your TV and do it right in front of the TV.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And just drawing it back in. I know anxiety is big for me and Lex because we deal with it. But like I said, we had some people on our group that deal with PTSD. Now, a lot of people I know that deal with that are military. If people don't know, it also brings on anxiety. It comes with depression. And it makes them, sometimes they have rage and outbursts. I did see a few of the gentlemen said what helps them is drinking, which was one thing that my father dealt with. And alcohol was his escape. Dealing with the pain from the post-military, dealing with the different thoughts he had, and then he fell into depression, and just coping with all of that, he drank a lot. And he's diabetic, so it caused a lot of health issues. And just seeing him fight with that, I just want to say, gentlemen, to you guys, if you ever just need a moment to talk to somebody because you feel like nobody understands,
right,
just hit me up. My husband understands. I mean, not late. Like, let's make it a good hour.
Please be sensible.
Right. I'm not a counselor or anything, but even if you just want to write in our group, which is, it's open for stuff like that. We don't judge at all. We're so free spirit. Like, you can write and ask us anything.
Yeah.
And I've noticed in our little community, they talk to one another. So even if me and Lex don't respond, somebody's going to see it. And they'll talk to you about it, because I've noticed there is somebody in our group dealing with all of these elements, which made it a very comfortable platform for us to talk about. But with that, I've noticed you brought up that they do like to work out.
Right.
They said that, but when I saw the alcohol part, I got sad. I'm not going to lie, because it made me think about my dad.
Right.
And I don't know. I mean, drinking is cool, but it only, like, my dad, now that he's sober, I'm so proud of him. But he said it really was only putting a Band-Aid on what was really going on. Now he's finally going to doctors on the regular, getting his blood work done, eating right. They make him get up and go walk a certain amount of time. He actually checked himself into a rehab, and it's through the VA, and he's getting the proper help. Like, that's the thing with us. We need to go and get the help. We have to go get the help. Like, I'm not saying take the drugs if they're trying to, just mask it with the pill. Try a different doctor.
Yeah.
It took me a long time to find the right doctor who listened to me and was like, well, what do you want to do? Do you want to do the natural route? Because I'm here with you. I can even just prescribe this just so you can have it to feel better. And honestly, I got the pills sitting on my counter. I haven't opened them at all. But the fact that I know I have them, sometimes that's all I need to calm me down.
Oh, yeah.
The fact that I know they're sitting there mentally, I'm like, I'm okay.
It's important to have a good relationship with your doctor. It's like any other relationship. You want to feel comfortable talking to them openly. If you walk in there and you just don't feel like saying everything that is wrong, then there's a problem, and you should probably reevaluate and see what other doctors. I mean, you could shop around for doctors. You don't have to just stay at one.
Absolutely.
Keep going and see who works and who is a good fit and who's going to do things the way that you want to do them with their medical expertise. That's very, very important. I know they also said smoking.
Yes.
Smoking helps.
Cigarettes.
No.
The organic cigarettes.
Exactly. Smoking ganja. That's one thing that I do. I don't do it all the time. I know there's people who smoke all day and night, which is cool with me too, but I just don't do it. Yeah, it helps. It helps for the most part. But it isn't something that I'm using just for that. Do you smoke?
I smoke occasionally, and if I do, I stick to indicas, like I was telling you in Los last time. And that's the body high. So that's not the high THC.
That's
count.
right.
I can't do the head highs because my anxiety will go crazy.
So you found what worked?
Yes, the indica helps me deal with, like you said, the back pain.
Yeah.
It almost makes it just non-existent, and it'll help me sleep.
Right.
That and my little magnesium drink I drink at night, that right there has been like, man, just savior for me. It's been working out. And the gym, guys. I'm going to keep throwing that out there. Because I want you guys to be healthy. Like, because I'm dealing with the struggle, I don't wish this on my worst enemy.
Right.
Because it is hard. Like, every day is a struggle because in your mind, you're always thinking something is wrong or going to go wrong, or you're just waiting for it to happen. And it's a horrible, horrible way to live.
Right.
Like, it truly is.
That's where the word anxious comes from. That's exactly where it comes from. It's just being worried all the time. That's the worst way to feel that something's going to happen when there's really no reason that's backing that feeling up.
And I was looking up people that are bipolar. And the only reason why I keep reverting back to the same thing because they all kind of have the same triggers. It has a lot to do with the chemical imbalance, which vitamin deficiencies.
Yep.
Things your body is lacking. It affects the mind more than you know, you guys. Like, it truly, truly does. People with the highest IQs have great vitamin levels. They typically are active.
Yeah.
They eat a pretty balanced diet, and that it matters, which is why they kind of revert back and say that a lot of the mental illnesses, the bipolar, the schizophrenia, the anxiety, a lot of that is in the Black community.
Right.
Because sometimes we got to survive off of ramen noodles and Hamburger Helper and, Hot Pockets and, the little microwave burritos. That's not giving us the nutrients that we need. And, if mom got 4 or 5 kids or even 3 kids and she's doing it by herself, you may not have the vitamins in the house.
Right.
You may not be going to get your checkups on the regular at the doctor's office because mom don't get off work till 6, 7, 8 at night. She's working 7 days a week, 2 jobs, doing what she can do. And so you guys are really just surviving. And I mean, I did that. Like, my mom, it was her, and she had 4 of us. And we ate every day. Trust me, the meals were there, and I thought we were eating grand. And then as I get older, I'm like, well, you know what? We didn't really have a lot of salad. You're right. Okay. We ate a lot of corn and, green beans. And, I mean, to me, I'm living a life. My friends are, at home. They ordering pizzas. I'm like, my mom is cooking smothered chicken with gravy and rice and corn, and I'm good. And it took me until I became an adult to realize corn was a starch. Yeah. So it's not even a vegetable.
Right.
But I mean, it really matters what you eat, and it's hard because I love food.
Yeah, because a lot of that nutrients creating more oxygen that goes to your brain, and when you're malnourished, it's going to kill off a lot of those brain cells and cause such an imbalance, which goes back to not having enough vitamins.
And you can recover from it, people.
Yeah.
It's never too late to get your body back on track. It just means that you have to stay consistent. I'll let you know just a few things that I incorporated into my daily life. Some days I slack and I don't take it, but it's just some things you can look into, talk to your doctor about, see if it'll work for you.
Right.
And it is something that I made sure I looked all across the board. It helps with depression. It helps with anxiety. It helps with bipolar. It helps with schizophrenia. It just helps get you back balanced to where whatever you're dealing with is manageable. And the regular vitamins I take daily is, and that's just because I'm deficient in some. I take my vitamin D. I have a great multivitamin. It's pure. Get the ones that actually are going to break down in your system. Please don't get Walmart vitamins, you guys. Like, please don't do it. They have so many fillers.
Yeah.
It's not going to do anything for you. I know they're the cheapest, but you're really buying like a tenth of that vitamin. So it's not really going to do it for you. But I looked into 5-HTP, which is a mood enhancer. It helps release the serotonin in your brain, which really matters. Or also sex. I was just going to say,
sex releases it too. A
great workout releases serotonin levels, high serotonin levels. Also, I was listening to a motivational speaker, and he said that if you wake up in the morning before you start your day and you laugh for no reason for about 5 minutes, that will trick your brain to be happy for the rest of the day because you started your morning out laughing. Doesn't have to be for a reason, but just that laughter releases that happy to your brain.
I will say that me and Whit do a lot of Facebook video tagging.
Yes, so that we can keep the laughter
on
going
some
all
hilarious
day.
Videos. We start our mornings off that way, and it's great.
Yeah, my first hour at work, I'm very unproductive because I'm just trying to get my mental state together so that I can finish strong. And I always get everything done and more. But that first hour, I'm texting Lex or sending her something funny or tagging her in something funny, and that's just it's what helps. It helps me, and it helps her as well.
Absolutely. I do the affirmations. I have an app on my phone. It might be cheesy, but I mean, they help. And when you do say them to yourself, I find that it's very helpful. And that's like you're saying, tricking your mind into, and it works. If I say I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm happy, it usually turns out to be a really good day.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And if you start your day off and you're like, oh my God, I'm so tired, I'm not going to do this. Today's going to be one of them days. Somebody just going to piss me off. I wish a motherfucker would. That's how your day is going to
I was going to say, and you know what happens? One thing happens, and then another, and then another, and you're like, dang, this day can't get any worse. And then something happens and it gets worse.
Yes.
It's true.
Absolutely.
It's true.
And so I also started I call it the Being Mary Jane. I got the Post-its on my mirror because when I go in, I brush my teeth every morning, wash my face, so I got to look in the mirror.
Right.
So I have them there. I made sure I got the colorful ones so that they stand out. And I know I think one says you can do this. The other one says breathe, which sometimes I forget to do. I can't remember the other ones. I think one says like stay focused. But just seeing those little things, and I read it out loud to myself, because when you like Lex said, when you speak something, I believe in speaking things into the atmosphere.
So do
I just do.
Yeah.
And it returns. And so I've been trying to be more conscious of things that I say, and things that I say to people, because words hurt or they heal.
Yeah.
It's up to you.
Yeah. They carry a lot of weight.
Absolutely.
I saw one of our commenters said that she feels it's hard to talk to people. I learned for myself that that's one thing that helped me, is even if didn't take it away. Me just expressing that I'm feeling that way helped a little bit. Getting that out there. Just know that you can, like she was saying earlier, you can turn to our page. You can hit us up directly. Like anybody who's been hitting me up on Messenger or whatever, I write back all the time. If you just want to vent, you can do that. Like I will listen to every word. I know Truth over here will as well. Because sometimes that's really all you need, is for someone to be your journal or your diary.
Yeah, like my mom, when I'm having my late night anxiety battles and everyone in my house is asleep and I know Lex is asleep, I will call my mom. That's one thing I can't say. That lady will always answer her phone for her kids. Dead tired or not, she will answer. And she's just kind of sat on the phone with me and just kind of let me cry it out or breathe it out or whatever the case may be, and then I'll finally get to the point to where it'll calm down enough to where like I'm so exhausted I know I'll probably finally go to sleep. Right.
Just letting it out, right?
Absolutely.
Yep, it helps.
And I had one girl that I know, I won't speak on it because I didn't ask her permission, but she is bipolar, and I asked her what are some of her main battles she deals with, because there's a lot of people people play with the term bipolar, especially when guys are talking to women. They're like, her bipolar ass, and what you guys don't understand is she might just be. Yeah. And she might not even know it. And she said some of the triggers that made her mom make her go, talk to a doctor about it and see a shrink is she said she would wake up in the morning, she would feel great. Like, just so good. Like, it'd be a beautiful day, birds chirping, just, feeling like on a high. And she said that an hour into her morning, she would get just full of rage. And nothing would happen. Nothing would really trigger it. She would just flip like a switch. Yeah. Like, literally, it would just flip. And then after she went off about something or had a crying bout or screaming battle, she would go back and she would, go talk to that person like nothing happened. She said, and, he would call me crazy. She's speaking of her guy at the time. She said, and, for the longest time, I would fight him about it. And then one day I was like, maybe I really am crazy. Yeah. So I talked to my mom about it, and her mom told her, like we're telling you guys, go see a doctor about it. Let them know what's going on with you, how you're having these extreme highs followed by these sudden lows, and then you're bouncing right back up to high. It is a problem, you guys. Like, that's not normal. For just nothing to set you off and you're just snapping or feeling defeated. There's something going on. Now she does do counseling. She said it's the best thing. She said she's so happy that she was like, I'm happy he kept calling me crazy. She said, because I actually really was crazy. Jesus. And she was like, and now she sees a shrink 2 times a week. And she actually did agree to take the medication because hers was really bad. Yeah. It was starting to make her fall into a super deep depression. But her goal is to not stay on that medication. So she's been working out. She started taking a dance class, which she absolutely loves. Oh, good for her. She switched up her diet. Yeah. And she does, her happy place is hiking. She does a lot of hiking and nature. Fun. Nature's been helping her in a major way. And she bought a dog. Nice. And so she's like, I'm just doing these little things. She said, and Whitney, I do not have as many lows as I did. She said, I have a lot more highs. She said, I still have my days where I'm battling with keeping my emotions in check. She was like, but I am so much better now than I was about 2-3 months ago. Right. And I just want to say, if you do listen, I'm proud of you. I won't tell anybody who you are unless you want me to, but I'm proud of you. And yeah, she's doing good. So I just wanted to share that testimony with you guys to let you know that, there are people that are taking the steps to do it. And it's just one step at a time, honestly. Absolutely. And the first step is normally talking to somebody about it. That's right. Yeah. And the medications, you know what I'm saying? Like, in that case, there are people who need the medication. I'm not saying that everybody needs to not, go holistic and just do whatever. But, the goal is to find a way to not have to live on those. Like you said, she started hiking. She started
doing these different things, and she doesn't want to be on it for the rest of her life. But she started there, and she's working her way towards it. So, yeah, good for her on that one. That's awesome.
Yeah, it really is. Because, I mean, on the flip side, I do have another person who's absolutely dependent upon their medication, and it's just going to be one of those life situations to where that medication is always going to have to be in your medicine cabinet.
Yeah, do the work.
It's just, it takes time, you guys. It does. I'm not saying it's easy, and I'm speaking from experience. It's an everyday battle to push yourself to choose something to do better.
Yeah.
Right now, my first step is drinking more water and getting back in the gym regularly. That's my first step. Mm-hmm. And making sure I'm taking my vitamins.
Yeah.
Then I want to, move on to the better eating and the juicing and having that proper diet. That I can tell you guys, I'm not going to lie, the struggle is real. Juicing takes forever.
Yeah.
Because it takes so many
dang
fruits and vegetables
to
make just one damn cup.
Oh my gosh.
And it's hard, man. I shout out to everyone who's doing it. Can you juice for me too? Because, man, that stuff, I'd rather just buy it already made.
But that's where it starts, because ultimately you're trying to find what's lacking, right? Essentially. So you started with your body and vitamins and good food and water, because that's something that wasn't there before. That also goes with things that are lacking in your life, whether that's goals that you've set out and never reached, and now it's coming back to you, and you're stressing out, and you're like, I'm getting older and my kids are getting older. When is this going to be done? That was something that was one of mine, for sure. I think there was a long period of time when Samay, my daughter, was younger, and I wasn't working, and relationship failed, and things just didn't seem like they were changing. But once, one step, the next step, once everything started coming, it started helping. And I felt like, okay, well, I have my drive now. I have some goals, and I still have goals, and I still have things that I want to accomplish. But now that I'm putting in that effort, it's definitely making me feel better about my life and about myself. And you have this little human that's watching you, and they think you're the best person on the face of the planet, and you kind of want to prove them right. So yeah, that's another thing. Set some goals. I find that helps for sure.
Yeah, it definitely does. Writing things down in general, period, helps.
Right.
Especially if you're one of those people that in our group, you said that you just don't feel comfortable talking about it, or you haven't talked about it. Write about it.
Yeah.
And then read it back to yourself. I do that. I write things down, and then I read it out loud to myself, because sometimes I write stuff and I don't even realize what I'm writing until I'm done.
Right.
So I'll read it back to myself so I can understand my own thoughts, because a lot of times our mind is going and going and going. Those of us that are dealing with these different, especially depression is a big one. If you can write down how you feel at that very moment you feel that sadness come on.
Yeah.
Write down what possibly could have made you feel that way. Once you get the understanding that you have nothing to be sad about, I know my friend said that she writes down 10 things that were happy in her day. And she was like, then I write 10 things that were sad in my day. And sometimes there's nothing that's sad in my day. So me reading back to myself the fact that I had a happy day helps pick me up out of that funk.
That's good.
Now, I'm not saying that it's going to be successful for everyone, but I'm saying it's worth a try.
Yeah.
To at least try it, just try it. Journaling is good. And they got some really cute journals at Barnes & Noble.
Yes, they do.
Just letting you know, they got some really nice ones. And it makes you want to write, because you're like, I got this cool little journal. Go ahead, get you a fancy pen.
I was going to say, make it a moment. Like, set aside a time. If you like writing to music, throw on your favorite music, drink some wine, like whatever. Just make it a moment.
And not a tablet, you guys. Really do the pen and paper. There is therapy in pen and paper.
Absolutely.
Like, there really really is. Just taking that moment, like the fact that you actually just see your writing and you see your thoughts and you're reading your thoughts, it's therapeutic. Like it really truly is. I need to get back to journaling. I'm glad we brought that up.
Absolutely.
I need to get back to it. My journal's a little empty right now.
My mom does the coloring books. You seen the like adult coloring books? Mm-hmm. She sits down. That's been one of her new things for a few months now. She sits down and she sets a time to color.
That's good.
Yeah, she loves it. She loves it.
Taking time to set aside for yourself is, I know we keep repeating the same stuff, but honestly, you guys, it's because it's really, that's what it is.
It is.
Like, that's truly what it is. And it seems so simple, but once you truly break down and assess your days and what you do in your days, and then you're like, did I really set aside any time for myself? I don't. I am so guilty of not really setting any time aside for myself. Today, I gave myself 1 hour. Mm-hmm. And I was supposed to watch Have and Have-Nots. And I fell asleep on it twice. So I had to wake up and rewind it. And that right there let me know that my body needs rest. So my plan tomorrow, after I go get my blood work done.
Yeah.
Yes, guys, I'm going to get blood work. Because I think that my iron may be low. But I don't want to get to taking iron supplements if that's not the case. But I've been feeling like it is. And my doctor feels like it may be. But I plan to really try to do nothing tomorrow, except like maybe fold some laundry, wash clothes, just be in my house.
Yes.
To where like I can sit in my bed and fold my clothes and have my TV on or my music on or whatever I want to do. Because I have not had a day like that in a while. Like I tell people, my off days are not off. Mm-hmm. They're not. I'm off in the middle of the week. I still got kids who got to go to school, kids who got basketball practice, basketball games. Make sure, my family has dinner at night. Make sure the house is clean. Do my little errands that I got to run, whether it's to the grocery store or, whatever. It all has to be done within that 48 hours, those 2 days. I got just 2 days to get all this stuff done that I got to do so I can start a whole nother week. And I realized this time, I'm like, you know what? Fuck that shit. My body is speaking to me and it's like, lady, we're tired. You're tired. You are trying to do a lot. You need a mental break. And so, you guys hold me to it. If you see me on my Facebook talking about I'm here or I'm out doing this, be like, truth, you were supposed to be taking it easy.
Yeah.
Call me out on my off days, y'all. Like, I'm off Thursdays and Fridays right now. If y'all see me to where I'm not sitting still at all on at least one of those days, call me out on
it. And you know what? If you need to, go back to old school planners and you really need to pencil in you time, then you can do that. Maybe evaluate your day for a week. Just write down everything you do hour to hour. Go back and look on it. And if you've been watching TV for 8 hours, you know what I'm saying? Break down those hours and maybe use 1 hour to go to the gym. Use another 30 minutes to journal or whatever it is that you like to do. Or if it's super, super busy and super on, okay, you got to sit down and say, all right, between these hours, I'm going to make sure that I rest or that I watch some TV. Something that's relaxing to you. Don't always be on and don't always be off. You have to have a good balance. That's major.
Absolutely. It matters. I'm feeling the burn of not doing this for myself, and I promise to myself that I am going to start taking some time to really just breathe. Breathing is so important. And I know you guys are like, what you mean? You're breathing right now. No, I mean really just sit and take that deep breath in and blow it out and just repeat it. And sometimes silence is so beautiful. Because hearing nothing.
Yeah.
Especially if you work at a place like doctor's office, like Lex, it's constantly busy. People are talking and moving, phones are ringing. And then with me, I work at a call center to where it's constant. People calling in about their solar systems, and we're talking. And if you're not talking, somebody next to you is talking. And
right.
Silence sometimes, it's a beautiful,
and
beautiful
you can
thing.
Learn how to have that silence even when it's chaotic around you. that comes with meditation, which I need to get back on because I was doing it faithfully and then kind of slipped on it. But yeah, I need to get back on it. I even got my pretty little pillow, my meditation pillow and everything. Oh,
I'm jealous. Where'd you get your pillow from?
At Ross, actually, at all places.
Damn it, man.
At Ross for like $15, and it's so pretty. I'll take a picture of it and put it up on the page.
A pillow. I have my candles, which I need to go get some
I
more.
like
and
those.
You guys,
I need those.
Dollar store, you can get the tall candles. Different colors mean different things. If you guys want to know what each one helps with, I promise, just ask me on the group. I will give you the answers.
Yeah, post it up.
When I need to calm, I know that the colors that help me the most are white and royal blue and dark purple. Those are very relaxing. And I'll dive more into it. Maybe we'll do another show on different type of healing and stuff like that. Or just ask me. And sage, burning sage. It's something about that scent. Makes your home peaceful. Mm-hmm. I do smudging. You guys can Google it. But it helps. That's another thing that helps with meditation. Like to get your whole little platform set up, and the one thing I was missing was the pillow.
Get the pillow.
Lex got the damn pillow. I think she should just bring her pillow over and we should just take turns meditating.
I hear you, man. We need to do that. Oh man.
But with all of the different mental illnesses, I was taking time at work and I was just looking up natural remedies that I'm not going to say cure, but help with the symptoms. Mm-hmm. And they all had 3 that were exactly the same, each and every one, and that is chamomile. Chamomile tea is so easy to find. You can just get the pure chamomile tea bags. I think my box was like $3. Mm-hmm. And you can drink that. It definitely helps. I give it to my son at night too. It calms him all the way down and he sleeps great, especially when he's like really antsy. Oh. Chamomile tea. The scent of lavender. Lavender has the ability to calm your body and your mind like no other.
Lavender helps.
I keep a little thing of lavender oil in my purse, and I just use it to just kind of put a little under my nose when I'm starting to feel a little antsy or agitated. It truly, truly helps. I
have the pillow spray. The lavender pillow spray, and I got Samay into that. She loves when I spray her pillow before bedtime.
And kava root. Kava root is a muscle relaxant, a natural muscle relaxant. It also helps calm the mind, and it is a natural, is it sedative? Like helps you go to sleep? Yeah. That's another one. And this was for all of the different things, the bipolar, PTSD, depression, anxiety, even for schizophrenia. And, one more. I said 3, but there was 4. Getting massages. Getting massages helps like no other.
Interesting.
And if you need a good masseuse, my girl Leslie Wellborn, you can find her on Facebook, Eilon Massage. Just had to give that shout out because her hands are amazing. I can now tell the difference because I went and I got one by Ling Ling and them, and it wasn't the same. I felt like he was fighting me like Tekken, and it just wasn't like the massage. Leslie's hands are magical. She studied it. This is what she truly does. She was in the medical field. She truly knows and understands the body. But you get a massage, a good full body massage, your feeling and your state of mind after, it's completely changed. You feel like a whole new person.
I need to try it.
Just from a massage. Like truly, you guys, and I'm saying this, I'm only speaking from experience. Right. That massage, and then if you just take the rest of that day and you just chill, it's so, man, you feel like you're ready to go at it again. Ooh. Once a month. If you guys can just like do it once a month. And that could be your me time. Your guaranteed me time. Yeah. Do that massage. Do that for yourself. And then let's say you follow it up with like a foot detox like we were talking about on our other show. Yeah. Get them toxins out because massages release toxins too. Which is why you have to follow up with so much water after because it just pushed out so much out of you. Like those toxins are released and then it releases so much serotonin to your brain. You are in a happy state. And so if you follow up with that and just maybe start with that.
That
and
makes
then follow
sense.
up with your working out and your diet and, you know, getting your supplements and having sex all the time, and you'll be good. I really think that you guys will be a lot better off. And I'm talking to myself too. I'm not just talking to you guys. I'm talking to Whitney too. Whitney Truth Taylor. I am.
I know. I'm sitting here listening. I'm like, man, when am I going to get to it? Seriously. I know one thing is for sure. If anything, the one thing that can definitely start tomorrow is you can buy a water bottle and just drink lots of water.
Yep.
Carry that around with you. Take it to work. Make it a challenge. I know me and the girls at my job, we're always pushing each other and we're saying, how much water have you drank? How much water have you drank? You know, one person will take all the water bottles and go fill them all up for us. And water's a big deal. So drink it up.
Yes. Oh, I love water.
Yeah.
I'm sitting over here with my coconut water. You guys, took me a while for it to grow on me.
Yeah.
But
I like coconut water too.
They have this watermelon flavored one.
Ooh.
And then they have the pineapple flavored one.
That would be my favorite.
Those two? Yeah.
That sounds good.
Them. They're good.
Yeah. I'm constantly checking my pee. Like every time I go pee, I'm checking.
Yeah, I always look.
Yeah.
You're supposed to look.
I'm like, is that enough water? Is it clear? Is it bright yellow? Like, gotta change that.
Well, you guys, I really hope that we kind of made you feel a little bit more comfortable with whatever you're dealing with. Those of you that opened up to us a little bit on our page, this really was for you guys.
Absolutely.
And for you guys to feel comfortable with talking about it and to know that even your favorite host here, we deal with it.
Yeah.
And we've learned different ways to manage it, and we're still learning and, you know, just trying to deal with it together. But I want to make more people aware. Because after reading the statistics of how many of, and I love all people, but how many of my Black people are dealing with mental illnesses and are unaware or go untreated.
Right.
And end up, like there was a story of the lady who she truly had a mental breakdown, and they found out later that she was dealing with schizophrenia. Mm-hmm. But they thought that she was like trying to attack a police officer, and she truly wasn't. She was trying to get help, but was
ask for help,
confused and all over the place, and she couldn't really get it. And my thing is I don't want to see any of you guys that I know dealing with any situations like that, because sometimes it's truly uncontrollable.
Right.
I'm so glad that my husband took the time to truly understand anxiety, because at first he really thought that I was just kind of overreacting. Uh-huh. People kind of say, oh, well, just calm down, just breathe.
That's the worst thing you can say.
Sometimes it's not that simple.
Yeah, it's not.
It's really not. And you're right. That's the worst thing you could say. Just calm down. If we could calm down,
we would calm down.
Right. We don't want to be sitting here panting and breathing and feeling like we're about to die, like we truly don't. So now, all he says is, honey, remember to breathe. Walk downstairs, take your moment. You need anything? You want some water? Like he's more to where now he kind of understands. Yeah. And it helps in a major way.
I was going to say that. Speak up so that other people around you, especially the people that you live with on a daily basis, will understand what you're going through. They're not going to understand if you don't tell them. So just make them aware. They don't have to become experts on it, but if they can read up on the same stuff that you're reading up on, because we're not experts, we're not MDs over here. We're just telling you what we go through and what helps us, what we've read, because we've done our research, because it's definitely something that we're going through, and we're seeing a lot of people, especially people close to us that never really spoke about it, but now it's like coming out into the light because people are getting more and more comfortable talking about it. And it helps when you feel like you have a support system and a community that's going through the same thing that you're going through.
Absolutely. And it does not mean you're crazy.
No.
You guys, like, it doesn't. It truly just means that there's something going on with your body that you can't control. Mm-hmm. However, you can help fix it. You have the ability, you have the power to take your time, like me and Lex did, do some research.
Yeah.
Talk to a doctor. And like Lex said, if you talk to one doctor and they seem like they're not listening, try a different one. Just in 2016 alone, I think I tried 4 different doctors. Mm-hmm. And it took me until I found AJ for me to really feel comfortable with knowing I had a doctor who understood the fact that I'm really trying to get better and that I don't want to be popping pills all day. I don't want to do that every day of my life. I refuse.
Absolutely.
I will deal with my little few anxiety attacks that I have, and I'm just going to have to fight through them. And hopefully, actually, I'm not going to say hopefully, one day I won't have them at all.
Yep.
Because I will learn to take time for me, and I will be more healthy and active, and anxiety will be a thing of the past.
It's a process.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so, just kind of want to leave you guys, like Lex was talking about, with affirmations. I took out of my little archives one of my favorite ones, and maybe you guys can repeat it to yourself in the morning or at night or even in the middle of your day. But it's, I am strong because I know my weakness. I am beautiful because I'm aware of my flaws. I am fearless because I learned to recognize illusions from real. I am wise because I learned from my mistakes. I am a lover because I have felt hate, and I can laugh because I know sadness. So just take that, put it in your archive, or find something close to that. Affirmations work, you guys. Talk to yourself.
Yep.
It works.
Yep.
Definitely speak to yourself. But we love you guys. We appreciate your time, and peace and blessings. Have a good one.
Thanks, guys. Bye.